It's Friday, y'all. And it's a big Friday, by the way.
It's a big Friday here in the Carolinas.
One of the biggest Fridays in history.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yes, actually, I don't think that's an overstatement. I think that's true.
No hyperbole here.
Yeah, Bryce Young, he is making his way to Charlotte even as we speak this morning. First time as a Carolina Panther.
I know, it's so exciting. Today, fans, hey, they were actually invited to Bank of America Stadium, 11:30. If you want to meet him, 1 o'clock, we know there's going to be that press conference. We're going to be carrying that live. But
we do want to know, though, first, do you think that he's a good fit for the team? So let us know. Weigh in on the comments below. Do you think he's a good fit?
And if you don't, we don't want to know. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Fair.
Sports director Nick Carboni is in Kansas City speaking with the number one draft pick. He spoke to him last night, we should say, but take a look at that interview.
There were 48 days between the Panthers making that massive trade up to number one and the NFL draft itself. 48 days of wild guessing and speculation. And Bryce Young himself even told me he didn't know he was coming to Carolina until he looked down at his phone and saw 704. When did you know? This has been 48 days of guessing for everybody in Carolina.
Yeah, I knew when I looked at my phone 5 minutes before and saw a Charlotte number, and it was a whirlwind of emotion. Being able to talk to the entire staff, and that's something I'll cherish forever.
What did Scott Fitter, Frank Reich, David, and Nicole Tepper tell you over the phone when they picked you?
They were just talking about how excited they were for me to get down there, for us to get to work, and I echo the same sentiment. This is a huge honor. I'm going to enjoy this moment and this night, but I'm drafted to do a job, to come in and to work. I want to do everything that the organization asks of me, and I'm ready to get to work.
The Panthers are saying that Bryce is right in Charlotte. I don't know how you feel about that, but anyway, I mean, what do you want the people of the Carolinas to know about Bryce Young, the person and player?
First and foremost, I'm a man of God. That's how I try to live my life in all aspects, and I want to exemplify that on the field as well, and do everything I can to help the organization. I can't wait to get into the building, to get close with the team and continue to be coached by the coaches that are there and the entire staff and the entire building. I'm super anxious, super excited, and again, I'm going to give my all to the franchise.
Bryce, have a safe trip home to Charlotte tomorrow.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, Young certainly enjoyed the moment Thursday night, but says, quote, "This isn't where I want it to end. There's a lot more that I want to accomplish." He'll spend his first day in the Carolinas on Friday when he's introduced at Bank of America Stadium. In Kansas City, Nick Carboni for WCNC Charlotte.
Well, this morning reaction still pouring in after that big decision, and our coverage continues with Kia Murray with more on how Bryce Young has already taken over the Carolinas.
Hey, good morning. That's right. And the Panthers Twitter page is always a good source for entertainment, and this is the
Kia, is your mic on?
Oh, you know what?
Bryce is right. I love that logo, by the way.
Right? They're putting on sweatshirts and everything.
All right, but I wish they would have chosen a different picture. I mean, guys. But we'll enjoy it for now. They actually, the team just made this their Twitter page. So already we got a new slogan. The Bryce is right. They're putting it on sweatshirts, T-shirts, everything. Now, they're not the only one taking a branding opportunity here. Snickers is coming up with the Bryce Cream Bar. So I think a play on words here. They're saying that Bryce is the coldest pick of the year. So again, we talked about it at the top of the show, but they are going to have give fans the opportunity to meet Bryce Young today at 11:30 at the North Gate at Bank of America Stadium. So tune in for that, and then we're going to carry the press conference that's at 1, so you can hear directly from your new quarterback. But all this morning, we've been asking, is Bryce Young a good fit for the team? So some people did already chime in, some saying that they're worried about his durability, others saying, hey, this is a wise choice, they're welcoming him to Charlotte, others saying, hey, what about the offensive line there?
And some people saying, give him a moment, give him a chance, stop being negative, which I totally agree with.
I totally understand. It'll be interesting to see, though, how he fits in with the team. So make sure you guys keep texting in or commenting 704-329. 3600.
He's such a positive guy, though.
Yeah,
seems like it. Yeah.
Very laid back. I mean, he's just
and humble.
And very humble.
Yeah.
Great family. I was very impressed by what his family had to say, his attitude and everything. He's just so motivated. But when you think about it, here's a guy just out of college, all the pressure that he has on him. Yeah, that's and he's handling it very well.
Yeah. See, I was really depressed because I looked at his parents and realized that they look about my age, and I was like.
Hello, Dad.
I'm like, that actually probably makes sense.
Yeah.
So, kidding aside. Kidding aside. But yeah, it seems like his family is a solid family. Did well in school, actually. Had a decent GPA. And seems all around like an impressive guy.
I'm sure people can't wait to meet him today. Everybody there at Bank of America Stadium. And I loved how Frank Reich said, this is like a marriage, and the real hard work starts now. Yeah.
Larry, you and I were talking this morning before the show, and you were giving me sort of your tutorial on football and why there's some concern about his size, because when it comes to quarterbacks, he is on the smaller end. And why? Because some people might be like, well, why does that matter? But he could get hurt.
You think about it, he's 5 feet 10.
Yeah.
And you have defensive linebackers who are 6'4", 350 pounds. So when he's going to pass, these guys are up here. Their hands are up here. So he's got to get around them. But he's a very mobile quarterback. Goes out of the pocket very well. I think his agility, his ability, his vision of the field is going to be his advantage. That's going to save him. But you do have some concern about the size. But he realizes that. He knows that. He played in a conference that's tough, that has a lot of big players. So he's dealt with it before.
Yeah.
So I think with all the support he has and the foundation around him and this coaching staff here, he's going to do very well.
Yeah, that's how they talk. Hank saying the same thing, as close to a sure thing as you can expect in the draft. So, I mean, it seems like he's the right guy to go with.
No, and a lot of the times, you are, of course, requiring. I mean, some of our viewers even were saying it. I mean, the offensive linemen, they have to be on it. I mean, they have to adapt to the quarterback that they're given. So if we're bringing in someone, like you said, Larry, who maybe they're concerned about, it's up to them to protect him. That's their job.
Exactly.
Yeah. And last night at the beginning of the NFL draft, that's all they were talking about. And they did talk about his size, but they just talk about how strong he was and what an amazing quarterback he was.
Never heard one negative.
No, they didn't seem concerned at all about it.
There's ratings that they rate quarterbacks. He's off the charts. There's no way you shouldn't have gone with him.
Yeah. They actually
there's nothing negative except maybe his height. That was it.
And also to your prior point, it's not like he's coming from some obscure place. He's coming from Alabama.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's like the most storied football program in the country.
And they did say last night he was the highest drafted Alabama QB of all time.
Oh, there have been quite a few.
Yeah,
there have been.
Coming out of Alabama. So it's going to be exciting. I mean, you can't help but to have this positive feeling about what's going to happen here. And
because it's been a bumpy road for the Panthers.
Oh, yes.
The last 10 years have been a bumpy road.
Yes, it has been. So now things are on the top again.
Yeah. So you guys can download the WCNC app to get the very latest on this. But it's going to be exciting. I saw the Panthers posting on their Instagram stories. They're taking questions. He's going to be answering questions from fans until he lands here. They're telling people to show up again at 11:30 Bank of America Stadium to meet him, and then we'll hear from him officially for the first time at 1 o'clock during this press conference.
One thing that's important. Yeah. The weather will be okay.
Good.
Yeah,
that does matter.
Good.
Nice.
We appreciate that.
And what did Larry, what did you say in the 4:30, out with the old and in with the young?
Out with the old, in with the young.
That's right.
We love it. We love it.
All right, folks, chime in, let us know what you think, and here's hoping you had a fantastic weekend coming up, and we'll see you back here on Monday.
Bye, everybody.